Lisa wiped her hands on her apron as she moved between the bustling tables of the Clover Cafe, a small diner nestled in a cozy corner of the town. The diner was a home away from home for many regulars, who appreciated not just the food but also the warmth that Lisa and her coworkers provided. The clinking of cutlery and the hum of conversations filled the air, creating a lively yet comforting atmosphere. Though the diner seemed lively, Lisa's life was far from easy. She lived paycheck to paycheck, often stretching her earnings to cover rent and basic needs. Despite her struggles, Lisa maintained a positive outlook, always ready with a smile and a kind word for everyone she met. Her own childhood experiences of growing up with little had taught her the value of compassion and community. As lunchtime rolled around, Lisa was clearing a table by the window when she noticed a small figure standing outside, peering in with wide, curious eyes. It was a young boy, perhaps 8 or 9 years old, his clothes slightly worn and his face pressed against the glass as he watched the people inside enjoy their meals. Lisa felt a pang of empathy, recognizing the look of hunger and longing that she herself had known too well during her younger years. She stepped outside, the bell above the door jingling as she approached the boy. "Hey there," she greeted warmly, kneeling down to his level. "I'm Lisa. What's your name?" "Timmy," the boy replied shyly, glancing down at his shoes. "Are you by yourself, Timmy? Where's your mom?" Lisa asked, concern etching her features. Timmy looked up, his eyes reflecting both innocence and the weight of worry. "She's out looking for a job," he said quietly. "She told me to wait here." Lisa's heart ached at the thought of Timmy standing outside alone, waiting, and hungry. She remembered the days when her own mother would leave her with neighbors as she searched for work, hoping to find something that would keep them afloat. "Are you hungry, Timmy?" Lisa asked gently. He nodded hesitantly. Lisa's decision was made in an instant. "Well, how about you come inside and have some lunch with me? My treat." Timmy's face brightened with a mix of surprise and gratitude as he followed Lisa into the diner. She led him to a booth near the window where he sat, looking around with wide eyes. Lisa brought him a simple sandwich and a glass of milk, the same meal she had packed for herself. As Timmy ate, Lisa chatted with him, asking about his favorite things and sharing little stories about the diner. She watched as the tension in his small shoulders eased, replaced by the comfort of a full belly and friendly company. As time passed, Lisa found herself feeling a sense of fulfillment. In helping Timmy, she was reminded of the simple joys that kindness could bring, not just to others, but to herself as well. The small act of sharing a meal had forged a connection between them, one that she hoped would make a difference in his day. Lisa continued serving her customers, her heart a little lighter, knowing she had done something meaningful that day. The world outside might have been tough, but inside the Clover Cafe, there was always room for a little bit of kindness. Lisa returned to the diner after taking a brief break to clear her thoughts. She approached Timmy with a warm smile, noticing how he seemed more relaxed now. His cheeks had a touch of color, and his eyes, though still shy, held a hint of curiosity. "So, Timmy," Lisa began, sliding into the booth opposite him. "Tell me about yourself. What do you like to—" Timmy hesitated before answering, his voice soft but gaining confidence. "I like drawing. I have a few crayons and some paper at home. My mom says I'm pretty good." Lisa nodded, encouraging him. "That's wonderful. You know, I used to love drawing when I was your age, too. Do you have a favorite thing you like to draw?" "Trees and animals," Timmy replied, a small smile forming. "I like drawing outside when I can." Lisa leaned back, picturing the little boy with his crayons, finding joy in simple sketches. "Your mom sounds like she's really proud of you," she said. "She is," Timmy agreed, his expression becoming a little more serious. "But things have been hard. She's been looking for a job for a long time." Lisa felt a familiar tug at her heart. She understood the struggles of finding work, having watched her own mother face similar challenges. "It can be tough out there," she remarked, choosing her words carefully. "But I'm sure things will get better soon." Timmy nodded, though he seemed uncertain. Lisa wanted to lift his spirits a bit more. She reached into her apron pocket and pulled out a small, colorful pen. "Here," she said, handing it to him. "I thought you might like this. Maybe you can use it to draw something special." Timmy took the pen, his eyes widening with delight. "Thank you, Lisa!" he exclaimed, his smile now fully blossomed. "You're welcome," Lisa replied, feeling a warmth spread through her chest. Just remember, sometimes little things can make a big difference." The two of them continued to chat, the conversation flowing more easily now. Lisa shared bits of her own story, how she'd grown up in a small town much like this one, and how she had always wanted to help others, just like her mother had taught her. She talked about the importance of kindness, even in difficult times, and how small acts of generosity could light up someone's day. Timmy listened intently, nodding occasionally, absorbing her words. It was clear that their talk was having an impact on him, giving him a sense of hope he hadn't felt in a while. As lunch drew to a close, Lisa stood up, smoothing her apron. "I have to get back to work," she said. "But you can stay here as long as you like. If your mom comes by, I'll let her know you're here." Timmy thanked her again, the pen clutched tightly in his hand. As Lisa moved back to the counter, she couldn't help but glance back at him, her heart swelling with a sense of purpose. In that cozy corner of the diner, Lisa felt the power of compassion unfold. She knew that even though she couldn't change the world alone, she could make a difference in her small corner of it. And for today, that was enough. A few weeks passed, and Lisa continued to see Timmy and Jenny occasionally at the diner. Each time, she offered a warm meal and a kind word, watching as their spirits seemed to lift, even if just for a moment. Lisa's own life, however, was becoming more challenging. She was behind on rent and picking up extra shifts at the diner to make ends meet. One quiet afternoon, Lisa was cleaning tables when Timmy walked in with Jenny. The pair looked a bit worn, shadows under their eyes betraying sleepless nights. Lisa greeted them with her usual warmth, ushering them to a booth. "Hi, Lisa," Timmy said, his voice carrying a hint of concern. "Mom's still having trouble finding work." Jenny nodded, her expression weary but grateful for Lisa's kindness. "It's been tough," she admitted, brushing a strand of hair from her face. "I've applied everywhere, but no luck yet." Lisa sat down with them, her heart heavy with empathy. "I'm really sorry to hear that," she said sincerely. "But don't lose hope. Sometimes, things can take a little longer than we expect." Timmy watched Lisa, a question forming in his eyes. "Do you think you could help my mom with job applications, Lisa?" The request hung in the air, and Lisa nodded without hesitation. "Of course I'd be happy to help," she replied, her voice steady. Jenny looked relieved, her eyes softening. "Thank you, Lisa. It means a lot." As they chatted, Lisa's mind was already working on how she could assist Jenny. Despite her own financial worries, she decided she would use some of her savings to help them. It was a risk, but one she felt was worth taking. "Maybe we can meet up sometime and I can show you a few things that might help," Lisa suggested, keeping her tone upbeat. "That would be amazing," Jenny replied with a hopeful smile. The afternoon sun cast a warm glow over the diner, and Lisa felt a renewed sense of determination. She knew that helping Jenny find a job could make a significant difference in their lives. Her own struggles seemed to fade into the background, replaced by the possibility of making a real impact. As they finished their meal, Lisa walked them to the door. "I'll see you soon then," she said, waving them off. Once they were gone, Lisa returned to her work, her mind buzzing with plans. She envisioned sitting down with Jenny, showing her how to polish her resume, how to write a compelling cover letter, and where to look for job listings that suited her skills. Later, during a lull in the diner, Lisa took a moment to jot down some ideas. She wanted to be prepared, to offer Jenny the best chance at finding stable employment. It was a small gesture, but one that could lead to a brighter future for both mother and son. The clinking of plates and the chatter of diners filled the space around her, but Lisa's focus remained on the task ahead. She felt a sense of purpose, knowing that her actions, however modest, could lead to positive change. As the day drew to a close, Lisa stood behind the counter, reflecting on the small acts of kindness that had brought her here. She understood that sometimes the most meaningful connections were formed through the simplest of gestures. Her own life might be a series of ups and downs, but in helping others, she found a sense of fulfillment that no amount of money could buy. And so, as the sun dipped below the horizon, Lisa looked forward to the days ahead, ready to lend a hand, to offer support, and to remind those around her of the power of compassion. The next day, Lisa found herself at the small grocery store just a few blocks from the diner. She had arranged to meet Jenny there, hoping that introducing her to a friend who worked in the store might open up an opportunity. Lisa's friend, Sarah, was a kind, practical woman who managed the store with a no-nonsense attitude. She grinned when she saw Lisa walking in, waving her over from the checkout counter. "Hey Lisa, what brings you here today?" Sarah called out, her voice lively and welcoming. "I was hoping you could help me with something," Lisa replied, glancing toward the entrance where Jenny and Timmy had just arrived. Lisa introduced Jenny to Sarah, explaining briefly about Jenny's search for a job and her skills. Sarah listened attentively, nodding as she considered the situation. "Well, we could use some help here, especially with stocking and organizing," Sarah said thoughtfully. "It's not much, but it's a start." Jenny's face lit up with hope. "That would be amazing. I'm willing to work hard and learn whatever I need to." Sarah smiled, appreciating Jenny's eagerness. "Let's have you come by tomorrow and we can talk more about it, see how you fit in." Jenny's relief was palpable, her gratitude evident in her eyes. "Thank you so much, Sarah, and thank you, Lisa, for introducing us." Lisa waved off the thanks with a smile. "I'm just happy to help. Let me know how it goes." Timmy tugged at Jenny's sleeve, his eyes bright. "Mom, does this mean you're going to work here?" Jenny nodded, her expression softening as she looked down at him. "It looks like it, sweetie." Lacey watched the exchange, feeling a sense of accomplishment. Helping Jenny find a potential job was a small victory, but an important one. It was a step towards stability for Jenny and Timmy, and that was what mattered most. Sarah and Jenny continued to talk, discussing details about the job while Lisa took Timmy around the store, pointing out different sections and sharing little anecdotes about her own experiences. "Sarah's really nice," Timmy said, his voice full of admiration. "She is," Lisa agreed, "and I'm sure your mom will do great here." As Jenny wrapped up her conversation with Sarah, she turned to Lisa, her eyes filled with gratitude. "I can't thank you enough, Lisa. You've done so much for us." Lisa shrugged, her smile warm and genuine. "I'm just glad I could help. Remember, it's the little things that add up." As they left the store, Lisa felt a sense of peace. She knew that Jenny still had a long road ahead, but she also knew that this opportunity could be the start of something better for them. The sun was setting as Lisa made her way back to the diner, her heart light with the knowledge that she had made a difference. She reflected on how far a little kindness could go, how it could ripple out and touch lives in unexpected ways. The next morning, as Lisa prepared for another busy day at the diner, she received a text from Jenny. It was a simple message, but it meant the world to Lisa. "Got the job, thank you for believing in us." Alyssa smiled at the screen, her heart swelling with joy. She couldn't wait to see what the future held for Jenny and Timmy. For now, she was content in knowing that she had played a part in their journey, one small act of kindness at a time. Weeks passed, and as Lisa had hoped, Jenny settled into her new role at the grocery store with ease. Her spirits lifted, she found herself more optimistic about the future, both for herself and for Timmy. Lisa, meanwhile, continued her routine at the diner, always keeping an eye out for any way she could help those around her. One evening, as the dinner rush wound down, Lisa found herself in the back of the diner, stacking clean plates. Her boss, Mr. Thompson, walked in, his usual brisk pace a little slower than normal. "Lisa, can I have a word with you?" he asked, his tone softer than usual. "Of course, Mr. Thompson," Lisa replied, setting the plates aside and wiping her hands on her apron. Mr. Thompson gestured for Lisa to sit down. "I wanted to talk to you about something important. I've noticed the way you've been helping people, like Jenny and Timmy. It's truly commendable." Lisa felt a blush rise to her cheeks. "I'm just doing what I can," she said modestly. Mr. Thompson smiled. "Well, your kindness hasn't gone unnoticed. I've been thinking about how hard you work here, always going above and beyond." Lisa listened, unsure of where this was leading. "I'd like to offer you a bonus," he continued, revealing an envelope. $600 as a token of appreciation for your hard work and the kindness you show to everyone." Lisa's eyes widened in surprise. "Mr. Thompson, I don't know what to say. Thank you so much." Mr. Thompson waved a hand, dismissing her thanks. "You deserve it, Lisa. And I hope it helps you as much as you help others." Overwhelmed with gratitude, Lisa nodded, her voice thick with emotion. "It will. It really will." The news of the bonus filled Lisa with a sense of relief she hadn't realized she needed. As she returned to her duties, she reflected on how her efforts to help Jenny and Timmy had also brought unexpected blessings into her own life. It was a powerful reminder of how interconnected their lives were, each act of kindness creating ripples that could return in unexpected ways. As the evening wore on, Lisa shared the news with a few close coworkers, who congratulated her warmly. She thought about how she could use the bonus wisely, perhaps to catch up on some bills or even save a bit for the future. Later, as she walked home under the gentle glow of streetlights, Lisa couldn't help but feel hopeful about what lay ahead. She knew that life would continue to have its challenges, but she also knew that kindness and compassion had a way of making those challenges more bearable. The next day, Lisa arrived at the diner with a renewed sense of purpose. She greeted customers with her usual warmth, her spirit buoyed by the generosity she had experienced. She couldn't wait to share the good news with Jenny and Timmy the next time she saw them. That afternoon, as Lisa was serving a familiar face at a corner table, she noticed Jenny and Timmy arriving. Their expressions were brighter than before, a testament to the positive changes in their lives. Lisa hurried over to greet them. "Hi, Jenny!" "Hi, Timmy. How are things going?" Jenny beamed. "Things are looking up, Lisa. I can't thank you enough for all you've done." Timmy nodded enthusiastically. "Yeah, Mom's been really happy lately." Lisa grinned, her heart swelling with joy. "I'm so glad to hear that. And guess what? I got some good news, too. Mr. Thompson gave me a bonus for my hard work." "That's wonderful, Lisa," Jenny exclaimed, her eyes shining with happiness for her friend. "You deserve it." They spent a few more minutes chatting, exchanging stories about their days. As they talked, Lisa felt a profound sense of connection with Jenny and Timmy, a bond forged through shared experiences and mutual support. As the sun set on another day, Lisa reflected on the journey they had all taken together. She realized that kindness wasn't just about helping others. It was about building a community of support, understanding, and love, one small act at a time. And in that realization, she found a deep sense of peace and fulfillment. On a crisp Saturday morning, Jenny and Timmy decided to visit the diner, but this time they had a special reason for coming. Timmy clutched a small, carefully wrapped package in his hands as they entered, his face beaming with excitement. Lisa was behind the counter, preparing for the day ahead. She looked up and waved them over with a bright smile. "Good morning, you two. It's great to see you." Jenny returned the smile, her eyes twinkling. "Good morning, Lisa. We wanted to stop by and say thank you." Timmy stepped forward, holding out the package. "We made you something." Lisa took the package, her curiosity piqued. As she unwrapped it, she found a handmade picture frame, crafted from popsicle sticks and painted with bright colors. Inside the frame was a drawing of the diner, with a little figure she recognized as herself serving customers. "This is beautiful," Lisa exclaimed, genuinely touched. "Thank you so much, Timmy. And thank you, Jenny. You didn't have to do this." Jenny shook her head. "You've done so much for us, Lisa. This is just a small token of our appreciation." Lisa placed the frame on the counter where she could see it every day. "I love it. It's perfect." Timmy grinned, clearly pleased with her reaction. "I helped with the painting," he mentioned proudly. "You did an amazing job," Lisa praised, ruffling his hair affectionately. They spent a little more time together, chatting about Jenny's new job and how Timmy was doing at school. Lisa listened with interest, happy to hear that things were continuing to improve for them. As the morning rush began to pick up, Jenny and Timmy prepared to leave. Jenny gave Lisa a hug. "We're so grateful for everything, Lisa. You've been such a blessing." Lisa returned the hug warmly. "It's been a joy having you in my life, Jenny. I'm always here if you need anything." After they left, Lisa glanced at the picture frame again, feeling a deep sense of satisfaction. It was a simple reminder of the impact that kindness could have, and how it could create lasting connections. As the day went on, Lisa found herself reflecting on the journey they had all taken. She remembered the first time Timmy had come into the diner, and how that simple act of kindness had set off a chain of events that changed all their lives for the better. Later that evening, as the diner quieted down and the last customers finished their meals, Lisa finally had a moment to herself. She sat at the counter, sipping a cup of coffee, and contemplating the future. Mr. Thompson walked by, a contented smile on his face. "I see you've got some new art," he remarked, nodding toward the picture frame. Lisa laughed softly. "Yes, it's from Jenny and Timmy. It's a reminder of what really matters." Mr. Thompson chuckled. "Well, it looks like you're doing something right, Lisa. Keep it up." Lisa nodded, watching him walk away. She realized that while she had helped Jenny and Timmy, they had helped her just as much. Their journey together had taught her the value of resilience and the power of simple, heartfelt gestures. As she locked up the diner that night, Lisa felt a renewed sense of purpose. She knew that life would continue to present challenges, but she was ready to face them with an open heart and a willingness to lend a hand wherever she could. Walking home under the starlit sky, Lisa felt a sense of peace. She knew that no matter what happened, she was part of something special, a circle of kindness, where everyone lifted each other up, and where even the smallest acts could lead to the most profound changes.